Refugees remain as Manus deadline arrives. Manus Island detainees are launching legal action over the closure Australia's immigration detention centre, just hours before utilities are cut off. Hundreds of refugees and asylum seekers are refusing to leave the camp at the Lombrum Navy base in Papua New Guinea as food, water, and power are cut on Tuesday. Detainees fear they won't be safe at 3 other facilities they are meant to relocate to in and around the island's main town of Lorngau. The group believes their constitutionally protected human rights are being breached by the removal of basic services, including water and electricity. Overnight, detainees secured damaged perimeter fencing around the compound as they prepared to barricade themselves inside. As they did, PNG immigration officials plastered notices up around the center urging detainees to leave before utilities were cut off and the site was returned to PNG Defense Forces. Move to alternative accommodation now, the notice read. Anyone choosing to remain here will be liable for removal from an active PNG military base. PNG's government on Monday warned Australia it will take no responsibility for non-refugees and people who refuse to settle in PNG, saying they are the obligation of the Australian government. PNG lawyer Ben Lomé is expected to lodge a legal application on Tuesday morning. An Australian lawyer helping with the case, Greg Barnes, says the application seeks to ensure that those asylum seekers who remain on the island don't have those constitutional rights breached. Extra PNG police have been deployed to the island after many locals threatened to use violence to stop the asylum seekers relocating. 2 of the 3 centers earmarked for the detainees are still not fenced or guarded. PNG is also demanding Australia clarify its plans for people found not to be refugees and refugees who are refusing to settle on Manus Island. PNG Immigration Minister Petrus Thomas says Australia alone is responsible for finding third-country resettlement options for refugees and returning non-refugees to their home countries. Acting Prime Minister Julie Bishop insists Australia is working to find solutions. The Lombrum Centre was forced to close after the PNG Supreme Court ruled in April 2016 that Australia's detention of refugees and asylum seekers there was illegal and unconstitutional. 6 detainees have died on Manus Island, including one who was murdered, since the offshore detention centre was reopened in 2012. World Vision Chief Advocate Tim Costello urged the federal government to evacuate detainees to Australia, a course of action it has steadfastly refused to pursue. The Turnbull government must now act quickly to avoid any further bloodshed, Mr. Costello said. We must not abandon those we have placed in this highly volatile and dangerous situation. Originally published as Refugees Remain as Manus Deadline Arrives.